Welcome everyone to the 39th episode of the Experiment Floor. Today, as part of our 39th examination episode, we will be joined by Chief Engineer Ero as we examine the combat and field characteristics of the Energy Transfer Module. The Energy Transfer Module was originally crafted by the Luminoth after Aether had been impacted by Leviathan and the light of Aether from the energy controllers had been halved, shared then between Aether and its dark dimensional counterpart Dark Aether, which had been born as an unintended side effect of the impact process. The native Luminoth were waging war against the Ying, a race that dominated this dark world, and with their numbers dwindling and hope coming to a standstill, they developed this device to allow them to directly take the planetary energy from the Dark Aether energy controllers to restore it fully back to Aether, hoping that would cause the Dark World to cease existing entirely. However, a failed attack at the Sky Temple placed the module in the hands of the Ying, and they used it to drain the energy from most of the energy controllers across the planet, leaving the Great Temple's energy controller as the sole force keeping the Light World alive. Thankfully for the Luminoth, the Ying had foolishly gifted the Energy Transfer Module to a minor member who possessed an Alpha Splinter to become a Dark Alpha Splinter, and upon investigating the crash landing of the GFSTR on Aether and arriving in the Great Temple, the Hunter killed the monster and the device automatically bonded with her systems. With it, she was able to aid the Luminoth in the war against the Ying by taking back the energy they had stolen and revitalizing the lands of the Light World with the light of Aether once more, ultimately stealing all the planetary energy from the Dark World and causing it to completely collapse in on itself. Because this device is unable to grant the possessor significant offensive or defensive attributes in battle, it does not have any significant combat attributes in turn. When an individual has been bonded to the Energy Transfer Module, it can allow them to use their entire bodies and armor suits as a reservoir for immense energy fields that would otherwise fry the electrical systems of such suits, and even kill those that would otherwise be unprotected from it. As such, when the possessor interacts with an energy controller, they can absorb the planetary energy present there and use their bodies as a storage unit for it to both heal themselves of any damage taken and move the energy itself from one realm to another, injecting it into a different energy controller to align the overall energy sustaining a planet towards one dimension or another.
This kind of tech isn't just incredibly unique, but for all intents and purposes, it really doesn't have much in the way of practical use outside of the initial point of its creation. Putting aside its incredibly niche usage, the device itself is a technological miracle, the likes of which I've never seen before in all my years as an engineer. Sure, a lot of armor suits these days have the capacity to absorb and handle a hell of a lot of energy, but that doesn't at all take away from this device's capacity to store an ungodly amount of planetary energy, almost as if it was nothing to be worried about. Granted, I don't think it's exactly going to be getting many copies just because the isolated and unique nature of Luminoth tech, but it's still incredibly impressive, and I wish I could harness that kind of tech to power our cruiser more effectively. I might have to talk to Sciency about that.
Thank you for attending this presentation on the Experiment Floor. Though the Ying nearly managed to wipe out the entirety of the Luminoth with the Energy Transfer Module, it was nonetheless needed to restore true balance to Aether once more, and it is a grateful fact that the Hunter was able to make use of it for its intended purpose, to drain energy from the Dark Energy controllers and restore to Aether once more. It's unlikely that this tech will see the light of day again, but that's perfectly acceptable, as it is best left to be seen in the light of Aether instead. Thank you all for watching this video. We here at Space Pirate Science Team take our work very seriously, and we genuinely wish to be as informative as possible when it comes to the work we conduct here, for both ourselves and in the name of science. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment to help us get greater recognition out there to inform the greater populace of the universe as a whole. Also, feel free to keep track of us through Twitter, as we'll be posting notices there every time something new is submitted for your viewing pleasure. We hope to see you all in the next video, no matter what world it may take us to.